on America's Court with Judge Ross.
The way I was saving money was by having my girlfriend do it, who's trained in plumbing.
A real
and
man
go buy
knows how to
parts
fix
at a
his own
hardware
pipes.
store.
I'm sorry.
I'm not familiar with plumbing.
An educated man knows how to call a
I'm sorry.
plumber.
What did you just say? A real man what?
Benjamin Drexel is suing ex-girlfriend Jessica Shamshack in the amount of $4,425 in water damage to his home that he says is her fault.
Benjamin Drexel, you're suing Jessica Shamshack for $4,425 over some damage you sustained to certain items because of a plumbing problem.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Prove your case. Go ahead.
I'm suing my ex-girlfriend Jessica after she installed new plumbing in my upstairs bathroom. That plumbing fell apart, causing a big flood in my upstairs bathroom, ruining
And why
my
was she
ceiling.
doing the plumbing to begin with?
Well, Your Honor, she kept complaining that the water pressure was really low in that upstairs bathroom. I thought it was fine. She insisted that it needed to be higher for her hairstyle.
Is that true? Is that true?
No. He told me about the plumbing before I had even moved in, that it was low, and therefore he knows that there was a problem with it, so he must not have been happy with it.
I was happy with it, Your Honor. I had no problem.
You didn't have a problem with the plumbing?
No. I like my old house. I like it the way it is.
It's an old house.
It's from the 20s, sir.
Oh, I see.
So is
real
his
old.
plumbing.
And I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I'm sorry. His plumbing is also, it's original.
Old. And what's your background and expertise in terms of plumbing?
Well, my father's a plumber.
Okay.
I never once told him that I was a plumber. I'm not a plumber.
She assured me that her father taught her the basics of plumbing, and she insisted on doing this job.
How long was is your dad still a plumber?
He is.
How long has he been a plumber?
About 40 years.
4 or 40?
4D.
4D.
Yes.
All right. And you felt comfortable doing a repair on this man's property?
Well, I told him I felt comfortable enough to attempt a quick fix on it, but he needed to eventually get a plumber to continue.
But she insisted on doing it herself.
Well, why did you go along with her insistence?
Well, because I knew that she had a background in plumbing. Her father was a plumber, taught her how to do the basic jobs. She said she could do it. She said, let's go to the hardware store. She insisted on buying parts. She bought cheap parts, told me they would be fine, and then she installed them.
Did you pick out all the materials that were needed?
I picked out the one pipe that was needed.
Your Honor, after the flood happened, I brought in a professional plumber. He told me that the root cause...
Oh, so now you bring in the professional plumber.
Well, he told me that she insisted that she could save me money by doing it herself. That's why I trusted.
The two of you aren't together anymore, right?
No.
Coming up on America's Court.
The way I was saving money was by having my girlfriend do it, who's trained in plumbing.
A real man knows how to fix his own pipes.
Go buy parts at a hardware store.
I'm sorry.
I'm not familiar with plumbing.
An educated man knows how to call a plumber.
I'm sorry. What did you just say? A real man what?
Closed captioning provided by... We're back with the case of Benjamin Drexel, who is suing Jessica Shamshack for items he says were damaged as a result of her negligence.
Well, how long after you finished the repairs did the two of you break up?
About a month.
All right. So you move out a month after you do these repairs?
Yes.
And the time, and then...
Why would I sabotage a month of my shower?
Your Honor, it wasn't a month.
If she's living there... Okay, I'm confused.
She did this right at the end. After she left, a month after those repairs were made, that's when the plumbing problem occurred.
Convenient.
Okay. And so...
It was a delayed reaction. She didn't install it properly. She didn't use the proper seals. Everything broke apart.
How do you know that?
Because I had an expert plumber come in after she left.
And what did that plumber say?
Which told me that he inspected that feeder line and said it was installed properly because she didn't use the proper seals. It's just simple plumber's tape.
When you say she didn't use the proper seals, are you talking about like plumbing tape?
Correct.
She didn't use plumbing tape?
No, she did not. That's why the seal broke.
Did you use plumbing tape?
I did not. I used caulk. That's what he had at his home, and he didn't want to spend too much money on the quick repair.
And then what happens in terms of the actual damage?
All of a sudden, there's big sheets of water all over my floor in my bathroom. It destroyed that ceiling below. It even reached so far as to flood.
So this was the upstairs bathroom?
The upstairs bathroom, correct.
And the water went down and
went
escaped?
through the ceiling, landed on my mattress, ruined that little twin mattress I have, ruined my electric bass guitar.
I'm sorry, who's sleeping in?
It's a little guest room, Your Honor. It's where I keep a little mattress
Okay.
and my record collection and my music.
Ms. Shamshack, so do you feel there's any obligation that you have on?
I didn't have a contract. I gave him a favor, and I'm sorry that this happened to your home, but I don't see in any way how it's my fault.
So if you
I told him it was
volunteered to
temporary.
repair, okay, see, here's what doesn't make sense.
She said she could save me money by doing a quality job herself, buying the parts as a do-it-yourself.
I could save you money for that month. You were not ready to pay a plumber to come check your house.
This is what I'm trying to understand.
He needs all of
Why
his
would
pipes.
someone who's trying to save money go for just something that's temporary knowing that it's a situation where after the fact he's going to have to bring in a contract anyway. Now,
Your Honor, my understanding is that it was not temporary. The way I was saving money was by having my girlfriend do it, who's trained in plumbing,
A
and
real
would go
man
buy
knows how to
parts at
fix
a
his own
hardware
pipes.
store.
I'm sorry.
I'm not
An
familiar with
educated
plumbing.
man
Wait,
knows how to call a
I'm
plumber.
sorry. What did you just say? A real man what?
He can fix his own pipes. He has to call his girlfriend to fix his pipes. I'm not a plumber as much as he is not a plumber.
No. I'm not an expert
I
in
don't see
plumbing,
why.
Your Honor.
I was doing him a
defer
favor
to her
when he
knowledge.
couldn't man up and fix it himself.
Judge Ross's verdict when America's Court returns. You're watching America's Court with Judge Ross.
Based on the evidence and the testimony before this court, the gavel was going to come down in favor of the plaintiff. You had no business fixing the pipe. And when you made the decision to fix the pipe, you assumed that duty of reasonable care. Judgment in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of $4,425. Case closed.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $4,425.
It's doing a favor for my boyfriend, and I now get to pay him a couple of $1,000s for it.
Jessica was responsible for the damages. The plumber that I brought in proved it, and the judge can see it too.